Howdy, y'all. Slinger here. I was just sitting around thinking about work, right? And I wanted to talk about it. I want to talk about it for those who know and for those who don't know. Warehouse work. Alright, so if you're one of those types of people that claims, you ain't afraid of a bit of hard work, you're having trouble finding work, just put it to you this way. If you go on Indeed and type in warehouse, you'll find something nearby through a temp agency that will direct hire you, and you will get started. You know what that means? You'll have a job pretty quick. If you just need something right then and there, go to a temp agency on Indeed. They'll direct hire you. You might have to pee in a cup. I don't think they honestly really care, judging by what I've seen. You'll have a background check, but I don't think they honestly care, judging on what I've seen. Because every warehouse I ever worked in is, it's loaded with people under the influence of something or whatever, or people that, from the street, or that have been incarcerated a few times, alright? So, you're walking into a situation. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a situation that's bad, but it's not for the faint of heart. Okay, you gotta know how to talk to people. You gotta know how to work with people, and I'm not a believer that hard work will get you anywhere. But what you want to do is work hard for like your first month. Your first month, work hard. Show them your numbers, You're going to be sore. Your back's going to hurt. Your body's going to hurt. You might get a few injuries here or there. It's hard work. It's physical labor. You're going to be just slinging boxes and pallets and all sorts of nilly-willy. But you'll have a job quick. Hard work's not going to get you moved up. It's not going to get you any raises. It's just going to get you more work. But the reason I say put in 1 month of hard work is it will kind of fast track going from the temp agency to getting onboarded directly to the company, which is what you want to do. You want options. You want to be able to make a few more choices. You want to try to get moved from what job you're doing there to a different job to do there. You want to get direct hire to the company. That's when they start kind of giving a little bit more of a shit about you, because they don't give a flying fuck about you temps. You're a dime a dozen. They have a mountain of applications. It don't matter how hard you work. They don't care about that. They don't. They'll replace you right off the rip. Alright, so what you gotta do is put in hard work, and whenever a manager or floor supervisor is around, you wanna be positive and friendly. Right? I'm not a positive and friendly person. But I guarantee you I can pretend to be one for a little while. Alright? Warehouse management. It's, to be honest with you, it's going to be, how comfortable you make them feel. Do you make them happy? Do they feel friendly towards you? That's what's going to get you moved up, sadly enough. It's a social hierarchy. It's a lot like high school. For instance, I work for the 5th largest production warehouse in the world. They're all over the world. There's less than a handful of countries they're not in. Alright? And there are 5 or 6 temp agencies that supply work to them. They're doing so well that their only client is Amazon. Their only client is Amazon. So there's work to be had. That doesn't mean you're going to go to work every day. Again, management. You're going to run into some piss poor management. Most of my managers are about a decade younger than me. I'm going to tell you something, alright? So managers, shift leads, and supervisors, they all wear a blue high-vis vest where I work. Alright, and the temp agency I go through wears an orange high-vis vest. The other temp agencies have a yellow high-vis and a purple high-vis. But also, when you get direct hired to the company, the direct company vest is also a yellow high-vis, but they're not to be confused. One says the temp agency name on the back, the other one says the company name on the back. Alright, so where I work, when you see someone in a blue vest, you really can't tell apart unless you look close and see very small management. Alright, that is the only one that's a manager. The other ones are just leads or supervisors. And the reason you can't tell them apart is because it looks like they have the same job. Alright? Stand around in a little group I call a blueberry bush when it's stagnant and just standing there and they're just, basically giggling and gossiping. Or they're walking back and forth. Alright? My personal manager spends most of his time with one leg up on this little wheelie table he has with a laptop on it. Like he's Captain Morgan. Just kind of like pretending to type. I've literally watched him 100 times. Moving his fingers around and the mouse scroller isn't going anywhere. There's nothing appearing on the screen. He's not touching anything. He's just leaning. Alright. Another one of them. No, wait. He wears sweatpants, pajama pants every day to work. Alright. So, one of my others, his hands are always behind his back and he's just walking back and forth. Alright. The ones that walk back and forth, they're always updating the other blueberries about their step counts. They basically just walk back and forth or idle and giggle. I want that job. So, my goal is to become a more sociable, charismatic person, which is hard. Usually you're born with it. But being an observer of humans and their natures, I'm putting my better foot forward to work on those skills. Because I can throw pallets and 45 to 50 pound boxes all day long. I can grab them from up here, from down there. I can put them over here and over there. All that. But what I want to do is walk back and forth. Or I want to stand still and giggle. I want one of those jobs. Alright, I'm 40 years old. I got my managers going. I thought when I got promoted, work was going to be, I was going to work less and get paid more, but I was wrong. Like, yeah, dude, you're working less than me and you're getting paid more than me. Alright, shut up. My problem is I just don't know how to filter myself. You see, like my manager will walk by, I'll go, hey man, you look bored. Come unload this truck with me, man. We'll destroy this thing. He goes, I look bored. I would go, yeah, you look like totally bored. Let's get some shit done, you know? There's no incentive for hard work. There's incentive for ass kissing, gossiping, telling a good joke. There's things for that. This is like a social experiment to me. Okay, I'm working this warehouse, and I'm almost more concerned with learning how to manipulate these people into raising me up than I am with the paycheck, which is weird because I desperately need that paycheck, and that's what's going to keep me trapped there. In case you're curious, it's not flour. All right, this is a tobacco pipe. Okay, this is a K Woody 12B Bulldog, very old pipe. When I take that thing off and you see my hand go off screen and go like that, it's because it's got what's called a stinger on it. You flick the moisture out, put it back in. Yeah, drinking a Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. Alright, it's 5 in the morning. I don't have work today. It's Christmas, and I'm a pagan, so this is what I'm doing, okay? I figured there's enough Christians celebrating my pagan holidays that I don't really have to. I could just have a beer and a smoke, give my kids some gifts, and that'll be good, alright? When they wake up. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to climb the social hierarchy here at this warehouse, right? I am utterly convinced the hard work gets me nowhere there. Alright, so I go there, and basically I'm a first shift guy. I work first shift Sunday through Wednesday. That is the most strict shift. That is when the GM is there. And I've made a point to show these young bucks. I mean, I'm still a young guy, but 40 ain't old, but 47. 38 is middle aged, right? So I'm a little past middle aged. But I've made a point. I got the highest numbers. Every shift I work, I am the most productive worker. And I've made a point to approach my manager at the end of each shift, ask him what my rank is in the numbers. And he would pull it up on his little laptop with his foot up like Captain Morgan. And he'd go, wow, look here. And I would look, and it would show me throwing 80 to 100 more boxes than the person who is right directly behind me in second place. So that's my average. I know I do that, right? And that's on days when I'm not just scanning and receiving. Maybe I take time to unload a truck or wrap some pallets or, like do another task. I'm still overshooting the second place person every shift. It's going to get me nowhere. I am still having people telling me to hurry up. I am far exceeding the workload expectations, but that's how it is. If you work hard, you will get worked harder. See where I'm going with that? But I want to be recruited into the walk back and forth team, all right, or the standing around at the blueberry bush team. Plus, I have beautiful blue eyes, and I would look great with my eyes popping in a blue high-vis vest. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. All right, I'm so tired of hopping job to job, hoping one will go better than the other. I'm just utterly convinced that once you give these degenerates a little bit of power, they they stop doing anything and they start looking at other human beings as just drones or slaves. It's just they don't matter, you know. I like my people. You know, my people I work with, I really like them, and I want to help them. Management in these warehouses, because they weren't trained on how to do things, they're refusing to train you on how to do things so that you can better understand your job and how to troubleshoot things. For instance, I was palletizing an open task box, and there was an error with it, and I didn't know how to fix it on my scanner and get the box where it's going. I approached one of my leads who was on scene, and they refused to show me how to fix it. That would not be me. If I knew how to do it and somebody didn't know how to do it, I would teach them how to do it. All right? I would lead by example. I would lead with education. I would lead with respect. I understand the plight of the worker, you know, so why would I try to make their life harder? I'm someone who considers themselves slightly evolved. I'm not quite up at the top yet, you know, but I have started and begun my ascension many years ago, and it's a rough road, and I'm getting there. All right, and I'm really fast compared to most people that I know, so I think I'll get there. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But I'm not the kind of person to hold somebody back like that. You know, this isn't a race, okay? We're all just going here to make ends meet, you know? These are mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters. You know, they're real people, and they need to be treated as such, and for some reason putting on that blue high-vis just puts blinders over these people, and I would not let that be the case with me. I would be a good leader. It's what I'm supposed to be doing, because I see and know too much, and I hate sounding pompous and shit, but to be honest with you, I observe the people around me, and I see that they don't really see shit. Alright, for the most part, the greater majority of people are kinda stunted. And I hate that. I just want to help people. It's what I want to do. I live to serve. Okay? Service to others is the highest goal you should strive for. You don't have to be happy about it. You don't have to be polite about it. Oftentimes I'm not. Most times I'm not. But I always help somebody when they ask me for help, on principle. I always help somebody when I see they need help, on principle. I might call you a cunt, but I'll give you the shirt off my back if you need it. You know, that's just the way it is. It's the way I am. I'm not a love and light guy. The universe is hostile and impersonal. It devours to survive and continues to do so in perpetuity. And who am I to sit here and be any different? That's why I don't think it's an issue that I have a tall 9% beer at 4 in the morning while I smoke a tobacco pipe and wait for my children to wake up. When they wake up, I'll have a buzz. We'll play. We'll have so much fun. They'll open their presents. They'll be so excited. And my back will hurt. My neck will hurt. My shoulders and arms will hurt. My legs will hurt. My fucking beard hurts. I work hard. My beard hurts. My beard hurts. But yeah, if you can't afford a gym membership, go get a warehouse job. You're going to be slinging boxes in the 40 to 50 pound range all day long. Not all day, you know, 10-hour shift. Sling 40 to 50 pound boxes for 10 hours. Unload 4 to 5 trucks. You've essentially just physically moved with your person over like 5,000 pounds probably, and it'll make you feel like you're working out, but you won't ever see the results, but you'll feel stronger eventually. And maybe if you're lucky, you find the thing I'm looking for, that social click that kind of helps you figure out how to talk, schmooze, and work your way up the ladder, because the hard work ain't gonna fucking do it. Alright? I don't know where else to go with this. Maybe y'all know or have some advice for me on how I can work my way up. But if you do, let me know. That'd be all. Slinger out.